Hello everyone, welcome to Biomystery. I am Vendrila Bonik and I am back with a new topic, that is electrocardiogram or ECG, which we are very much familiar with. So, electrocardiogram, if we split this word, we get three words, that is electro, cardio and gram. Electro is linked with electricity or electric current. Cardio is associated with heart and gram is a graph or a plot. So combining these three, electrocardiogram is the recording of the heart's electrical activities as a graph. It can show heart's rate and rhythm. It can also detect the enlargement of the heart, decreased blood flow or the presence of current or past heart attack. So in other words, ECG is very crucial for monitoring the heart. So we have all seen this kind of graph in an ECG, where you can see a wave which is called the P wave, then we have a QRS complex, then another wave that is called the T wave. So P wave, QRS complex and T wave. Apart from these three, we have PQ interval, QT interval and ST interval. So these six things are very important to know and their function associated with them. So let's start with the first wave, that is the P wave. The P wave represents the wave of depolarization that spreads from the SA node throughout the atria, leading to contraction of atria, and it lasts for 0.08 to 0.1 second. Two things that we have to know. One is what is depolarization and what is SA node. Now the cells of our body, they maintain an electrical gradient on both sides of the cell. That means inside the cell we have a higher amount of electric charge, negative charge, than the exterior environment of the cell, and this difference creates a membrane potential, or we can say a resting potential, which is when the cell is at rest. But during depolarization, this resting potential is disturbed and the negative charge, which is higher in the interior of the cell, is decreased, and this occurs due to the influx of sodium ions inside the cell and efflux of potassium ions outside the cell. So this is depolarization, that is the disturbance in the the membrane potential of the cell. And this depolarization is important for the action potential and also for contraction process. Now next is the SA node. SA node is like a collection of cells, that is the myocytes, which are present in the right upper walls of the atria, and from the SA node the electrical conductance or electrical signal is developed, which travels from the SA node towards the AV node and to the other bundle of His. So you can see, there is one diagram, you can see this is the SA node, which is present on the right upper part of the atria. Here the electrical signal starts. So the electrical signal is developed from here, and it travels from here downward through AV node, then to this bundle of cells which we call Purkinje fibers or bundle of His. And you can see there is another branch going to the left atria. So the electrical impulse that is generated in the SA node is very essential for the depolarization of the atria, which will cause contraction of the atria, and this contraction of atria will help in pumping the blood from the atria into the ventricle. So the brief isoelectric period after the P wave represents the time in the impulse travels within the AV node and the bundle of His. So you can see after P wave there is a decrease in the wave, and this is due to the conduction of the wave through the AV node and the bundle of His. So as I've told you, the electrical impulse which is generated at the SA node is traveled downward. So this traveling time is the isoelectric period, and this is causing or initiating depolarization of the ventricles. The period of time from the onset of the P wave to the beginning of the QRS is termed as PR interval, and it lasts from 0.128 to 0.2 seconds. This interval represents the time between the onset of atrial depolarization and onset of ventricular depolarization. So P wave is basically the depolarization of the atria, and that is developed due to the electrical signal that is developed at the SA node, and then it is traveling downwards, which is also initiating ventricular depolarization. And this PR interval is nothing but the interval between the onset of atrial depolarization and onset of depolarization of ventricles. The first degree of heart block occurs due to the blockage of conduction of the AV node. So if you see, the electrical conduction travels from SA node to AV node. So if there is any blockage here in the AV node, so there will be the first heart block. Next, after P wave, we have the QRS complex. This complex indicates that the ventricles are electrically stimulated to pump blood out, that is ventricular depolarization, indicating ventricular contraction. So as I have told you, the electrical impulse that is generated at the SA node travels downward. So indirectly it is also stimulating ventricles to develop depolarization, leading to ventricular contraction, and so that the oxygenated blood from the right ventricle is traveled to other parts of the body through aorta, and deoxygenated blood through artery goes to the lungs. So that's why this stimulation is required, and this is represented by the QRS complex. The duration of the QRS complex is normally 0.06 to 0.1 second, indicating that the ventricular depolarization occurs very fast. Next, we have the ST segment. So you see, after this you have from S to T, this segment is called ST segment. Okay, so this ST segment is the isoelectric period following the QRS, and it is the time where the entire ventricle is depolarized, and it roughly corresponds to the plateau region of the ventricular action potential. Similarly, after P there was a depression, that some isoelectric period. Same here. This is a time when it indicates that the entire ventricle is under depolarized state. And remember, this plateau region, this term is very important. They might not give you ST segment, they might give you in terms of plateau region. So you have to recognize these things, that plateau region indicates the entire ventricular depolarization. Ventricular ischemia or hypoxia occurs because under these conditions, ST segment is either depressed or elevated. Next, we have the T wave. T wave indicates the recovery period of the ventricles from the excited state to the normal state. So in the QRS complex or the QRS complex, the ventricular contraction has taken place and ventricular has done its work. That means the pumping of blood has been taken place now. At this time, atria is under diastole state. That means it was in its relaxed stage when ventricular contraction was taking place. Now, when the contraction is taking place, the pumping of blood is occurring. So after this, the ventricular has to come back to its normal state. That means it has to be relaxed. That means it will enter into diastole. So this entering of diastole, that means end of systole. Systole is connected with contraction, diastole with relaxation. So when the ventricular will recover from its excited state to the normal state, at that time this T wave will be generated. So the T wave will indicate the recovery period of the ventricle from the excited state to the normal state. That means it represents ventricular repolarization. That means it will come back to its original polarized state. That means end of systole, that means beginning of diastole. And at this stage, atria was at diastole. U wave may be seen sometimes just after the T wave, which indicates the last remnants of the ventricular repolarization. Inverted or prominent U represents affected repolarization. Next, we have the QT region. So, QT region is the region from Q till T. So, we have seen from Q to S when the ventricular depolarization was taking place, and after that ventricular was coming back to its original state. That means ventricular repolarization was occurring. So overall, from Q to T, it was the ventricular depolarization repolarization period. So QT represents ventricular depolarization. It is the time for both ventricular repolarization as well as depolarization, and it roughly estimates the duration of an average ventricular action potential. The interval can range from 0.2 to 0.4 depending upon the heart rate. At higher heart rates, ventricular action potential decreases, thus shortening the QT region, and in case of certain type of tachyarrhythmia, QT will be prolonged. So these are the 6 segments or 6 part of the ECG. First we have P wave, which represents atrial depolarization. We have QRS complex, which represents ventricular depolarization. Next we have the T wave, which is the ventricular repolarization, and in between them we have ST segment, QT segment and PQ interval as well as a PR interval. Okay, so this is very important. Although this is a very small part of cardiovascular system chapter, but in all exams you will get at least one question from ECG in match the following form. So they will ask it, they will give you all the waves or the segments, and they will ask you to match with the correct function. So this is all about your ECG. Thank you. If this video has helped you, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you.